Previously, Si-chun sacrificed himself trying to take down the Demon King and failed to save humanity. He woke up years earlier in his younger body, carrying both the gluttony skill and his lightning class. Soon after returning to school, he crossed paths with the same bullies who once treated him as disposable. Now to this week's chapter. Seeing the bullies standing in front of him caused something old to surface inside Si-chun. His gaze stayed steady, but his mind slipped backward. The sound of running water came first. His head was forced into a sink filled to the brim. Cold water flooded his nose and mouth as strong hands held him down. Laughter echoed through the bathroom. The same voices, the same people. Nearby, his friend stood frozen, trying to tell them to stop even though he was terrified of becoming the next target. Gong Chung glanced back and said there was no reason to stop. He claimed this experience would help Si-chun awaken. That excuse fooled no one. They were not helping him awaken. They were enjoying it. The pressure increased. The laughter grew louder. His thoughts scattered. Then everything went dark. When the bullies finally lost interest, they walked away laughing, leaving him soaked on the bathroom floor. His friend rushed over in panic, shaking him, afraid he was already too late. When Si-chun slowly regained consciousness, confusion came first. Then frustration. He remembered wondering why they never stopped. Why it was never enough. That was when the thought formed. Demons were not the only monsters in this world. Humans could be worse. The memory released its grip. The courtyard sounds returned as Si-chun found himself back in the present, facing the same people. His expression remained calm as he stated that they should be the ones apologizing. The mood shifted instantly. Gong Cheng's face hardened while one of his companions nervously questioned what he was doing. A system interface appeared, identifying Gong Chung as an E-rank flower warrior. Si-chun stayed focused. He already knew why Gong Chung acted this way. His confidence came from his older brother, the strongest student in the school and the student council president. Gong Chung only preyed on the weak. And Si-chun also remembered something else. Gong Cheng's skills were nothing special. Students gathered around them, laughing and whispering that Si-chun had not even awakened yet. To them, this was already decided. Gong Chung stepped forward and demanded an explanation. Si-chun met his gaze and repeated himself. He wanted an apology, and he wanted them to never bother them again. That was enough. Gong Chung attacked. The punch came fast, but Si-chun raised one hand and stopped it cold. The impact forced Gong Chung back several steps. The courtyard fell silent as students struggled to process what they had just seen. Gong Chung laughed in disbelief and mocked him, questioning how a non-awakened could challenge him. Si-chun calmly stated that he wanted to test something. The system responded. A job change sequence activated as yellow lightning wrapped around his arm. The notification confirmed the change as electricity surged through his body. Si-chun stood as a lightning assassin, his stats jumping far beyond normal limits. His friend froze. The crowd went quiet. Si-chun looked at Gong Chung and stated that they could begin. Gong Chung snapped. He activated his strongest skill and charged, declaring that Si-chun would taste his killing jab. But before the attack could land, Si-chun had already moved. In the next instant, he was standing in front of him. The strike landed. Gong Chung was launched across the courtyard and smashed into stone. No one spoke. The weakest student on campus had just overwhelmed Gong Chung with a single blow. The remaining bullies stood frozen. Gong Chung struggled to rise and accused Si-chun of landing a sneak attack, which, frankly, did not help his argument. He screamed for the others to move, but none of them could. Si-chun's killing intent filled the space as he walked forward. Gong Chung attacked again. Si-chun caught his wrist mid-punch and tightened his grip until the attack died. He stated plainly that Gong Chung was too weak. Lightning surged, and the counterattack sent him crashing into the wall. When the dust settled, Gong Chung lay unconscious. The remaining bullies fled. Silence returned. His friend and the surrounding students stood frozen, still trying to understand what had happened. His friend finally asked when he had become so strong. Si-chun opened his system and sorted through the facts. He could switch jobs freely. His level was still low. His current stats would not be enough against stronger awakeners. Then he noticed something that did not make sense. Gong Chung had been defeated, yet his stats had not changed. Lightning gathered in his hand and shaped itself into a spear. The crowd murmured. His friend called out, unsure of what he was doing. Si-chun positioned the lightning near Gong Cheng's head and wondered if experience was gained the same way as before. That's it for this chapter. I'll be covering each new chapter as it releases. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.